Okay, folks, I'm actually just in the middle of producing these CDs for this course of yours, and what I'm about to do is I want to show you something. This is a live chart right now, and you see this level of resistance that became support right at the 38% retracement. We saw a bounce of 20 pips. We've since come down, and we are now flirting with 2380, which is a 62% retracement in this high level of resistance here. If I pull my Fibonacci down to this last swing, it is a 38% retracement. And I want to look at one other thing here to see what we have. And this is what we call a Gartley formation. And we see this downswing goes to almost a 79% retracement, but I don't quite see it lining up here. But what I want to do is I'm just in the process of making a trade here because I believe we're going to have a bounce. This is the open of London, and I would like to see this come a little bit lower, and I'm going to make a trade at this 2380 with the anticipation 2380 is going to hold. Let me show you one other thing. This is the dollar franc where we see this. Now I want to show you how it's synchronized with the euro. And I'm looking at 2600 here. I'd like to see a euro come to 2600. Don't think we're going to get there. The dollar franc is lagging. We're bouncing here at the 38% retracement, but I'd like to see it get to 2600 to make the trade. We we got as high as 94, and but I think we're going to have. Where's my dollar franc? It's at 88. All right, I'm looking for a fill now. I've got to go to my other computer, but this is a good potential trade here. Okay, folks, I just split this video because I had to leave to enter into a trade, and I'm back now, and I'm filled at 85. We had a nice dip down to 2380. I got filled at 85, and now it's at 95, and I've got my first profit level at 2405, and the reason it's at 2405 is because we're trading the euro and the ranges are smaller, and it's going to battle. You see this level right here, this level of support? It's going to battle with that level, and for me to get filled, I need price to move above this level here. I need this to just to be an interim spike down, a classic Central European open session spike down, and I need price to come up to 2405 to get 20 pips on my first profit level, which represents 70% of my total position size, which I've been asked to tell you what my sizes are, but I refuse, and that will never happen. So my one 10K lot is sitting in the market. I'm just kidding. Anyway, so I'm just going to leave this for now and do some other recording while the trade sits in here, and I keep one eye open, and the trade's actually on another computer. So I'm going to have to move back and forth while I wait. But all I need is a spike up here. I just need a spike of 12 pips. And but we need to get past this line right here. All right. If you want to have a look, if you want, we can go down and have a look to see what this looks like on a 15-minute chart for you. And let's just do that, shall we? Here's our Swiss franc 15-minute chart, and here's what it looks like closer up. And Here's our level of resistance. Very distinct. Price comes right down. Have we seen this before, folks? Have we seen this before? All right, and what I'm talking about is I'm talking about this line right here. We need to get above, we really need to get above 2400 for me to get filled. This is above this dealing level. See, we're going to deal in this range for a while, and I need us to break to the upside rather than a break to the downside. And let's just move this a little tighter. Let's just go from no, it's not going to, it doesn't work from that low. So here's our 38% retracement from this low right here, and here is our 62% retracement, just above the 62% retracement, but effectively 2380 is our target area. We are going to remain, ideally, the ideal trade really is to enter into the market. I got a pretty good fill here, but ideally you want to have enough room here. There's only 20 pips to 2400, which is constraining the trade a little bit, and unfortunately I don't usually like to have to chop wood to get to my profit level, which is here. I don't like to have to chop wood, but in this case that's what I'm left with. There's just not enough room in here, but we're just going to leave it, and I think there's a good chance that we're going to pay here today. I think that this level will hold. Let's look at the I'm sorry, this was for the, let's look at the euro here now, and we want to see the euro is a little bit sloppier, and we need to see the euro start to move down here, and we need to see it break out of this range. We need to see it move below 2580. I made a mistake back there, and I was talking about that being the euro, but it's a Swiss franc, and its ranges are only about 10% larger, so we're still going for 20 pips. And sorry, I just get wrapped up in this and I get a little confused. But in any event, we need euro here to break below 2580 for my trade to be good. If we start trading below 2580, my trade is good and should pay. This is our central pivot for the day. This bold red line is our central pivot, and we're looking for that to hold. You see the nice hammer formation we have here. The problem is it reaches out into somewhat of a no man's land. I just want to look at the dollar Canada here for a moment, and I need to see it rally for various reasons. But what we're going to do is we are going to bust out of here for a moment, and while I go do something else, because it could take some time for this trade to come to fruition, and we will be back. Okay, folks, I am back. In the event that I was unable to put a transition into this particular segment, or this simulated, actually it's not a simulated, it's a live trade, in this live trade scenario, I've of course broken it up because we don't want to sit here and take up 2 hours of CD time. But I want you to note, you'll notice that this hammer here is was seen in the previous sections, and I went long at 85. I've since been filled. The high here is 2409. I was filled at 05, and I think we are going to continue up. I'm out of 70% of my position at 05. I've taken 20% of my position, and I've moved the stop up to 86. And so I don't want to see price come down to 86 and take out that stop. But I also have 10% of my position with a stop at 75. So it's a 10 pip stop on 10% of my position, and a 1 pip profit on 20% of my position, while I have I have profit of um, I have profit of 20 pips on 70% of my position on this dollar franc position. Now, one of my concerns had been that price would simply come up to this level of support and turn down. I need to see trade and hold above 124.01. But what else I need to see is I need to see euro continue to move down. I need to see euro just make a run at these lows here for my position to continue up. The other thing that I need to see euro has fallen and it has retraced to just below the 38% retracement. I was kind of hoping for a move to 2600 before the move down. But if we look at the British pound, the British pound hasn't really cooperated much at all. The British pound simply has from this leg, it has moved down, retraced to 79%, and the 10-day moving average. I'm anticipating a further move down, but I think that we've got some U.S. economic reports coming up, and I'm anticipating fairly light trading, as we've seen really light price action. So I'm anticipating light trading potentially until these U.S. economic reports come out. But we are bearish indeed. Price is making lower highs and lower lows. We see the head and shoulders and the strength from the head and shoulders continuing to trend downwards. And I would like to see a real nice fall from here. It would be good for my Swiss franc position. Let's just have a look at the yen quickly. The yen is the yen has made a big move based on some comments out of the Bank of Japan today, and I forgot to mention that, by the way, which is why I'm kind of chuckling. But that's a different scenario, and maybe I'll put that into a different clip. All right. But as we can see, price did not move below these lows, the interweek lows. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to come back to this trade later, but I'm going to cut out of here and figure out how I can make transitions on this presentation. All right, currently just signing out in mid-morning London trading. All right, just before I conclude this clip, I'm just going to point out, make one other point. You see on this price swing from the effectively starting on the previous day's low to the previous day's high, price retraces to the 38% retracement, also resistance, but it is also the central pivot point for the day, this dark red line. And our first level, R1 is here, and M1 is roughly just below this high here. And looking at euro, we've been trading the Swiss franc. I realized that I called it euro earlier, but when you're scrolling through 20 charts, you can sometimes get confused. Looking at euro here, we see the central pivot is actually, there's some difference between the 38% retracement, but the swing is also different. So let's move this down here. This makes the swing consistent with what's on the Swiss franc, and we see the central pivot converges with the 38% retracement, and the 38% retracement holds here, and I am anticipating a move lower below these lows, but it may take till US session before that happens. It has a good way to go, but I think it can still move below and hold below. However, we're not going to stick around long enough. I'm not going to do this until that happens. I may add the clip later, but it's unlikely. Once again, just going back to our Swiss franc, and we bought at 85. First profit at 24.05, and with some positions left in anticipation that we could see a move up. I will take 20% of the remaining position out before it reaches this high, by the way. All right, and that concludes this clip. All right, folks. I am back with you some hours later. The last time I was with you was goodbye here, by the way. 123.82, good place to buy. Last time I was with you, we had this candlestick formation here, and I bought it at the dollar franc at 23.85 and sold it at 24.05, and also had a profit level here at 24.25 before this high, as I mentioned before, because I thought that it may not get through, and we spiked through, and the high, of course, did not hold above the previous day's high, and it has since been rejected and is now moved down to the bottom of this consolidation. Goodbye here again, as I said, by the way. This is our central pivot, this bold red line, 38% retracement, moving that up to the new high, and sitting right here at support, and boy, I'm good. So I took an additional 20% of my profit at 24.25, and I still have 10% remaining, which is close to being stopped out at minus 10 pips, but this support could hold here, and my trade could still be good, but it's not looking too good at the moment. But I actually think that we have a potentially good buy here. But what I want to do is I want to show you something else that happened. Let's just note here that on this Swiss franc, price attempted to move above the previous day's high and failed. And as you may recall, in the previous clips, I said that at the time euro was here, and I was saying that I needed it to come down and trade below 25.80 for the Swiss franc trade to be good, and and I said it may be a bit of a stretch for it to get to and hold below. Actually, I think I also said that it was possible that it could. Anyway, price spiked down and did not hold below, and has since rallied up. Let's look at one more cross here. Let's look at the British pound cross, and where is it? British pound was lagging the others in the European session, and has come down and tested the previous day's low and rejected. And I think that is it. Just going back to our Swiss franc here, but that is it. And what I might do is I might actually even go to a live platform and do a live trade here. So I've got to go, and that's it for now, folks. And we will catch you later.